Little bit of movie news before we wrap up here, before we get out of here. New synopsis for Resident Evil came out.
Really?
Which, did you see Resident Evil's been pushed?
No, I did not.
It got delayed. I believe it got delayed a month or so. Don't quote me on that. I'm honestly not positive off the top of my head.
Delayed
But
1 month.
it wasn't delayed a whole lot. It was just, I think it was just a little bit of, there are so many films that are trying to go for that like August through December period that I feel like they're really trying to shuffle around. That's why Disney kind of pushed some of theirs up. Like Black Widow is coming out in July now. Which that new Black Widow trailer is awesome. If you haven't seen that Black Widow trailer, man, you got to watch it. It's amazing. But new synopsis for Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City. And it says this: once the booming home of pharmaceutical giant Umbrella Corporation, Raccoon City is now a dying Midwestern town. The company's exodus left the city a wasteland with great evil brewing below the surface. When that evil is unleashed, the townspeople are forever changed, and a small group of survivors must work together to uncover the truth behind Umbrella and make it through the night.
Well, okay.
I kind of felt blindsided by that a little bit. I'll have to go back. One thing I want to do is before Resident Evil 8 and before this movie comes out, I want to go back and play the OG games. And I know they've remade 2 and 3, so I want to play through those again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever remember Raccoon City as being a dying Midwestern town. I mean, like, yeah, it was a city, but it was a bigger city. It's not, I mean, like, when I think dying Midwestern town, I think like some of these places we got here in Kentucky that are like out in the boondocks, like,
yeah,
with like 600 people. Like Raccoon City's a city. I mean, it's not like New York or Chicago or Miami or LA, but it's still a city. So that's kind of strange. The other thing is the company's exodus left the city a wasteland. I don't know. I'm kind of like, what? I want to have high hopes for this movie, but at the same time, I don't want them to I don't want to be disappointed when they screw it up. I don't say when they screw it up to say they're going to screw it up. I think there's a lot of things that I'm really looking forward to, and I think from what we've read and from what I've heard from Johannes Roberts and from the cast, I mean, they seem like they're really trying to go back to like the roots of the game and make it feel like OG Resident Evil. But I don't know I read that synopsis last night and I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I hope if it's gonna be like a small, like suburban town, it reminds me of like The Crazies. Have you seen that movie?
I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's a dope movie, but but like I hope they don't make it look like that. I mean, at least make it look like it has to be a city, like obviously, because otherwise it like ruins the whole idea of like zombies, because zombies are supposed to come in through every single corner and crevice of the town.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't turn Raccoon City like city with tall buildings and little, and like, you know, I mean, because it seems like the place, yes, it's surrounded by woods, but I mean, like, it still has taller buildings. It still has parks and a city hall. I mean, it's like a, you know, it'd probably be like Lexington, you know.
Yeah,
I would get like a Lexington vibe from it, but I don't know. It struck me as kind of strange saying that it left the city a wasteland. Because when I think of a wasteland, I think of like small little Western town with nothing going on anymore. Like, and that's not, I don't know. So I thought that was kind of strange. We'll have to see how that one plays. That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
we'll see if this plays out.
Yeah, like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know. Kind of scares me a little bit. Other thing I wanted to talk about real quickly, and this isn't a big one, but we talked about the DCEU a whole lot last week. Did you see that they confirmed that Robert Pattinson's Batman film that Matt Reeves is directing is going to be on Earth 2?
Earth 2. I
confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not like actively. It weirds me out that they're actively like, yes, it's set on Earth 2, You know what I mean? Because if it was just a side story and it wasn't relevant to the DCEU, I would be like, why would you say that specifically? Like that's that's a piece of information that we don't need to know.
That's something we would like to find out. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And if they, I don't know, if they do that later, I don't know. That's strange to me. I don't know.
They're hinting at a multiverse thing, and
they are, and that's where my head went to, especially with the Flashpoint movie, where, and I don't know, maybe, dude, what if maybe they're doing this? What if
Michael Keaton can't do it?
If Michael Keaton does back out, because we talked about that in episode 15. I mean, Michael Keaton kind of sounds like he's real on the fence, unsure about whether he's going to do it, whether he's not going to do it. So I don't know. Maybe this is their way of
backup plan.
Yeah, this is their backup plan. I don't know. You know, this came from a source at Warner Brothers that said, except for The Batman, which is set on an alternate Earth known to geeks as Earth 2, DC is plotting its films and shows to share the same universe. Key to setting up its new status quo will be The Flash on November 4th, 2022. And again, he did say, whoever this source is did say that DC is plotting, you know, to share the universe except for the Batman. But then why would you say it's on Earth 2? It's like you're saying, I don't know. It's like, do you want ice cream? No, I'll take chocolate. Like what what? Like I don't know, but it's just like it contradicts each other. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah. Like why would you say it's on Earth 2 if it's not going to be a multiverse thing? I don't know. I feel like they have no idea what they want to do. I seriously get the vibe they have, and I'm not bashing. Like you're fine. Like you guys are fine. You figure it out. You do whatever you got to do. But like, I feel like they have no plan.
None. Almost certain of it. That looks like they do. If they're just throwing these little tidbits out because they want to. The way it is, she said, because what's her name was. She said, "We got plenty. We have a story coming up, and things are coming." And she didn't go into detail, so now they're just like, we gotta give them some. That's on Earth 2, pretty much. I'd much rather have that thing be a side movie.
I know.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if it was connected.
Me too.
I'd much rather a singular Batman movie.
Me too. I completely agree with that.